the ozone. Ozone. Alright. When I was last playing this game, I was doing the side quest where my father left me something, and I came all the way here to open his safe, only to find out that he gave me an expensive watch, which I can't break down to any great components, but I can sell, I guess, if I'm hard up on cash, which I'm not, so... yes, and I was looking forward to starting the game again today, on Tuesday, because I had to walk all the way back from which I came, which was quite a distance. Right. Hey! Hello, Rachel. Hello. Hi, hello, hey. In that order. Oh, but there were quests here that I can do while I'm here. That's right. Man, it's a good thing I'm fully aware of my surroundings at all times. So there's that. And there's also... this? Right. And that's west. Primarily south and west. I look extra tasty today? I would take any compliment in the world except for anything that sounds like yummy or tasty or daddy. Thank you. You know, it's kind of funny though you mentioned tasty, because this guy right here is looking mighty tasty. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Watch out for them teeth. There we go. That is not nice to say. I need to refill my blood vials, so there we go. Now I can do some damage. Assert my dominance, all that good stuff. I look very cute today. Thank you very much. This is a denim jacket that I bought when I was a bit smaller. It's just a large instead of an extra large. And as such, right now, I can only wear it when sitting down. It looks nice. I like denim jackets. And it's more of a Gap look, right? This is a typical Gap look, which is small V-neck gray shirt and then denim jacket. As such, though, what I cannot do is shut this jacket. Then again, who wears a denim jacket to actually close and button it up, right? Insert nowhere mash. Well, I would. Why else would you buy a denim jacket if not to use it for this function? Which is, of course, to stay warm. Yeah, kill it. Kill me. Come get some. One coat equals 20 years of linen. More like making one coat equals 20 years of re-electing linen. Get it? I like the effect of the sound of metal or steel being exhausted from years of work, you know? That sound. I like that.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary.
Oh yeah, this is the opening of the game. This is where we bit into our sister and, well, eventually turned her, I guess. Of course you are, Rachel. I don't think there'd be any doubts of that. No objections. Denim boxer briefs? That's, hello, Xanadu. That's quite an entrance you made. Hello, boys. About your last message concerning your mission to loot corpses in Southwark. I'll only say it once. Deal with it, and be glad I don't report your protest to Edwina. She might go there herself to cut your balls off. A little bird also told me you made a few jokes about what I saw by the pier. So now I'm just a loony scared by his own shadow, or a nutcase who mumbles and trembles like an old woman about ghost stories? Good. I like it when my boys are happy. Be assured that nutcase will come to pits on your bloody carcasses after the fucking monster I saw has sucked your brains out. Enjoy the following nights, fellows. I hear they will be foggy and rainy. Booth D. As in Booth Digby.
This is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
Dang. He found his own watch? You're not an ever nude, so you just let it all hang out? Rachel, how do you feel about Nowhere Match just letting it all hang out? So I can choose to tell Edwina Cox that they're allowing looting the corpses, or I can give it to Jonathan. I want to give it to Edwina just because Edwina's a merchant, and I feel like making her happy is smarter. Plus, she's the pillar of the community, right? Each one of these 4 areas has a pillar. Sean, I healed, he's good. Dr. Edgar Swansea, I've been taken care of, he's good. Dorothy had an accident. And well, I guess she's not the pillar of the community. She still is as important, though. What up, Drian? What up, enemies? I hope we can be here for a spoiler-free experience. Believe it or not, I believe in you. Let's do our best, shall we? Look at this, man. I couldn't go down there? Oh, that's where they're throwing all the corpses. Oh, ew, I don't want to go down there. What was I thinking? You learned of Never Nude from The Sims, VGTM? Oh, is that really... Is that VGTM? I guess. Sure. Yeah, video games taught me, man. Have at it. I'm looking for the item screen, and I keep wandering around in places that look nothing like the item screen. Jonathan's watch. An elegant pocket watch that was stolen from John before his body was thrown in a mass grave. Yeah. Yummy? No. No yummy. No yummy. This is a yummyless stream. Your king and country need you. Nope. What do we have here? You would think this isolated shack would have something of import. And it doesn't. It has 3 shillings and some aluminium powder. Is it kind of hypocritical to turn someone in for looting corpses when that's exactly what I'm doing right now? Am I no different than those who wronged me? Is that not exactly what I'm doing? It's taking shillings and ammunition from these people who no longer draw breath? Am I my own demon? Only if you're not profiting? Thanks. I feel better. Question mark above my head, IRL. Why can't I bamf or pump up there? Is it all for decoration? Looks like it is. Am I a vampire? My vampire. Correct. All our enemies is one thing you have to learn when you're in this stream is that you have a tendency to draw attention to 2 main things. There, and your. So you find it happening quite often. It's because we're trying to better you. For example, there's a guy named Haydenwood who has a problem with your. But he's getting better at it after a year of being here. Same with there. He doesn't make the there mistake nearly as much after a year of torment and ridicule in this stream. Though you can't spell torment and ridicule without education. Try it. Try using the letters. Doesn't work. So, you know, just know that it could happen to you as well. I'm just trying to watch. Yeah, it's an educational stream, though. And it is my duty as an educator to point out any discrepancies in the most fundamental, basic roots of grammar to you, to make you a better person. Let's say a potential employer laying down the line, or, you know, a fine man or a fine honey you're trying to impress, and they hate the wrong usage of your. You text them saying, I want to see your denim boxers or denim panties, but you type in YOU''RE, and they go, what? Well, it doesn't make any sense. You're not seeing shit, and they stop texting you, and then you're like, oh no, if only I had pinched in Adrian's stream, aka class, then I would be able to see their panties or boxers, and now I can't. You'll thank me one day. You're a man? I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you're a man, you might like a man. If you're a man, you might like a woman. I don't pretend to know everyone's sexuality or preferences. But the point remains the same. Whomsoever you choose to interact with might be someone who deals only in great grammar. So by me injecting you with the correct usage of your.
This place looks like the picture I saw of the bomb site.
You better your chances of seeing denim boxers or denim panties. One does not simply watch Okaydrian, yeah. Panties or boxers? Thanks. And when I say thanks, Nora Mash, I don't actually mean thanks, Nora Mash. Typing on an iPad's a challenge?
Yes.
Oop.
The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. I should find some way to pay my respects.
I'll pay my respects by taking things from boxes that don't belong to me. so that should anyone return to this place and look to find those same things they put away safely, they will find nothing but emptiness. Like a mirror looking back into their soul. And they will know that I was here. Oh man, Normash. You burning it down? You watching wrestling right now? Seth Rollins? Burn it down. I knew you were Seth Rollins, Mark. You know what? I'm not even mad at you, Normash. Hell yeah. Burn it down. What do you guys use for typing? Do you use conventional typing methods? Do any of you use swipe? I bounce between the two. Sometimes I'll use swipe if I'm maneuvering things around one-handed. Get your minds out of the gutter, please, and thank you. And sometimes I'll just use regular typing. Wait, can I go out that way? Bamf pump. Sure can. Toughest monster you ran into? I don't know if there's really been a monster that I haven't been able to defeat handedly. Emily I lost to because I was trying to save the person in the middle, but once I stopped trying to save him, I butchered her. There was also a couple of level 24s when I was like level 16 that I kept messing around with, like I had them beat and I kept pushing them over and over again like a bully and laughing, and then they beat me. There was also the guy at the grave site who was like level 30, who I had beat, and then once again I taunted and I lost to. But in a serious one-on-one fight in this game, there hasn't been anyone that I've really said, man, I can't win this battle. This is really tough. I haven't encountered that yet. Nice jean jacket? Wait, are you being serious, Riggs? Are you memeing? You being nice to me? What do you want? Is it because we played fighting games together? You know what? I'll take it. Thank you, Riggs. Thanks. It's one of those things in the back of my closet that I've had and I just haven't worn, you know?
May all who suffered from this tragedy find or rest in peace.
Jeez. Well, Riggs, imagine a lifetime of memeing from one person. And they say something nice. My friend is a alright. I use swiping on my phone, but on my iPad, I really hate typing on my iPad. Can't you guys just buy one of those fold-out keyboards for your iPad and attach it? You got a good point. See? Right there. That's what I mean. Now I know how Martin feels. I'm like, hey, Martin, how's your day? Fuck off, Adrian. I was just genuinely asking how I feel. Yes, Martin, because you're my friend. Some friend you are. Okay. I'll shut up, I guess. Damn right you will. Okay. Not that it's a contest or anything, Riggs, but you're like the second person to compliment me. Rachel called me, you know, very cute and yummy. So I will take you as second place. I hope that's okay with you. I did not expect that. My heart just jumped. Real talk, no kappa. I didn't even see them. My heart just jumped through my chest. keep forgetting to just kind of like sit there and blend in. Your rigs, Mr. Sick with it? Okay. Yeah, but that costs money. You're right. Debonair? Mr. Aegis Reflect? Yeah. Mr. Very Few Days Off. So I finished these 2 quests that are here. Now I could just move on. This is where the first battle ever did take place. So there's really no reason to return there. You know what's weird is the main character, Jonathan, keeps asking for water for his plants that will die without water. And I'm surrounded by water, and yet it's almost like the game doesn't want me to use regular water or seawater. Like, Debonair learns, whatever, you knew how to spell and pronounce Debonair. Mocking Mash. God, 2 days off from stream, he comes back and he's just a butt. Butt and a half. What's down this way? I'm gonna turn on my vampire sense so I don't get ambushed by the unknown. The good nature? Yeah, French. Debonair. Literally French. Is it a side quest? I don't know. If it's not a triggered side quest, that's the thing, enemies. Is, you know, in your main place, in the hospital, Pembroke Hospital, upstairs by your working desk, there's a plant. And Jonathan keeps saying, the plant needs water. And we're surrounded by water in the game, but there's really no indication of where to go for the said water. I don't know if you need a capsule for it or a vial specifically, but, you know. Just say when, boss. He's good for now. I think he's learning. And honestly, if he gave this one away, I wouldn't even be completely mad about it. I'd probably just say, oh, okay. Got came English in a contracted form, though? Yeah, man. I agree, Normesh. Sometimes I got came English, too. No, not you. Not you. We're not even talking about you right now, Normash. You always think it's about you. It's not. You're worse than Mr. Skullhead from Animaniacs. Remember that? It's the Mr. Skullhead show. Starring him, Mr. Skullhead. That's you. You're Mr. Skullhead, and you think everything is the Mr. Skullhead show. Starring you, Mr. Skullhead. Except it's not starring you, Mr. Skullhead. Yeah, I wouldn't feed the plant water from Thames. We'll probably turn into Audrey the Third. That'd be so cool, though. Like a sing, you'll be a dentist. Not ironically. You have the same comment, what? You should be a bigger streamer, quality content compared to all other cancer streamers. Look, it works both ways. I would love to bitch and complain and blame Twitch and things like that, but I have to take ownership of some things too. The whole reason I'm doing this scheduled thing is because it gives people a timeline of when to show up to the stream and when to expect content, right? If I'm just starting my streams whenever, no one knows when to tune in. I take ownership of that. It's up to me to create a schedule, abide by that schedule, and then tell everyone, hey, if you want to see me, show up in my streams at this time and you will see my content, right? That's on me. At the same time, I don't think I'm everyone's cup of tea. You know, I think the people who are in this community and watch my stream and the ones who stay, honestly, I think are here because I am that different than everyone else. And I don't say that arrogantly to say, look at me, I'm different, I'm best. It's just, I have a different approach to streaming and life. A lot of time, I think streamers who are successful because there are 500 people who visit the exact same streams, and all 10 streams are the exact same. So 24 hours a day, no matter what you do, no matter who's online, there are 10 streams you can go to and get the exact same, if not similar content and similar personality. And so you can bounce between those 10 streams and you know exactly what you're going to get, right? And I think people who come here and this stream and hang out here are the ones who don't want that. They don't like having the same expected content and personality types every stream they go to. The ones who are here feel like it's home because this is a different setting, a different tonality to the stream and then what I say and what I do and when I play. And the people out there who want this kind of stream don't know that it exists because not many are willing to hang their hat on this stream and say, hey, you should visit this person because they're not like me. Or you should because they are like me. Like the It's Tina's, the Skin Teens, the TK Breezies, the Bronze Girl Games. Like all of us have similar personalities. But I have to be more consistent, and then once I do that, I think there are people who might think, you know, hey, I'll come here. But I'm not going to change the kind of person that I am and the way that I run my stream for the sake of gaining a following that is not authentic, I guess, you know? So I appreciate the kind words, but I don't know. It's an uphill battle. It is an uphill battle. I'm just a mean green mother from central London. I'm a bad. All she sings that she one-shot to you. All the big streamers, ASMR, titty streamers, they suck. All enemies, we gotta have a talk, brother. We gotta have a talk. Let's better yourself, okay? I don't want to excoriate you or eviscerate you. I want to make you better. First off, if anyone talks about sexuality between a man and a woman, you don't have to say, I'm a man. LOL. Because you might be a guy who likes gay sex, and that's fine. And if you don't, that's fine too. And there are people out there, I don't really believe in titty streamer. I think it's derogatory. It's a connotation. Anyone who uses sexuality for their views, or anyone who doesn't use sexuality for their views, that's their thing. But I would never refer to them as titty streamers or saying that they exist. I think it takes away from the kind of commentary one would need to have to describe anything or promote change or to promote an idea. You know? Being better constituents of Twitch in general. It's like, to borrow a phrase from Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high. It's a hard road to take, but the important thing is that even being in Twitch chat, we don't lower ourselves to Twitch chat. We rise above it. You know what I'm saying? But then again, there are people who are super attractive, people who do ASMR, and they can be mutually exclusive because that's the kind of content people want to see. Sometimes people do want to see attractive people streaming, and that's okay. And sometimes it comes with a great voice, sometimes it doesn't. But I mean, there's nothing that I can do about that. The one thing you can do is just try to be better. There's the idea of what kind of people do you want in your stream, and what kind of people do you not want in your stream, and what kind of person are you, and what kind of content are you offering to make someone be here or make someone not be here, you know? But sexuality is sexuality. I mean, I'm different, I'm grimy.
For now, everything seems under control, more or less.
Plus the fact that the conversation commentary is set at 10% I like. Hey Chris, I'm sorry to see you sneak up, brother. How are you?
In the meantime, the boys
very dark horse about it.
Well,
hello, hope you feel better today. Stomach's a little tender, but I can stream. You know, I can return to work, which is what this is. and also fun. So I feel good about that. Easy. You catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar, right? These are conversations we either win or lose based on how we approach it. Gives you soup, thanks. There's a difference between being attractive and showing off your body to get viewers on Twitch. I mean, I don't know. There's different ways to look at it, though, enemies, right? If we're talking specifically women, I don't know what it's like to have a certain body type. But from what I hear, there are only so many outfits you can wear that don't hide you, right? I mean, I have women friends who are well endowed, and it's not like they can just wear 3 layers of t-shirts and then they say, "Thank God I'm not showing my tits off." But they're uncomfortable because they're trying to cover up what they have for the sake of not being engaging in debauchery, someone might say, right? But they wear a comfy t-shirt and then the breasts are all out, then people will say, "Oh man, you're being sexy as hell and showing off your titties." And they're just like, "I'm being comfortable," right? And maybe there are some people who maybe pull the shirt down lower to show off their breasts, and that's their idea of being sexy, and you say that they're being sexy for viewers. But then again, if that's the case, that's the viewership that they take from whom? Not from me. If people are watching someone because they're showing off their body, do you really think if they didn't, that audience would be in here? Like, do you think they're taking viewers from me? If super attractive person is like, take a look at my thighs and my body and my tits, do you think that Johnny Bravo 0316 is going to leave their stream and come to mine and say, "Ah man, thank goodness you're online"? They're probably not. They're going to go to another stream just like it. And that's fine though. That's the stream that they want to run, but it's also not everyone. Body types are different, dog. I don't take offense to it. I don't feel like I'm losing anything, you know?
More or less.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this guard of something, sweetie. My guess is they're recruiting for some vengeance.
In the meantime, the boys are waiting for for your orders, my sweet queen.
I hope the rumors about Clay are true. Otherwise...
Am I feeling better? I guess. So far, I'm feeling better. An attractive streamer who said she was single got outed as a married woman by a mod who got upset that he had donated over 10K in the hopes she might notice him. I laughed so hard. Oh, that's the Amaranth thing. But I think that was a fake post too, right? I think that was posted on Reddit r Nice Guys. I don't know if that was a real conversation that took place. If it was though, like, I read that. I was hoping we could go to TwitchCon, grab a few drinks, and see where the night takes us. I'm done being your mod and supporting you. I'm going to go support ST Peach instead. I already go to her stream anyway. It's written so well that if it was true, you would shrug and say, that sounds like someone I would see on Twitch, the kind of person you would see. It's real, she is married, and that's fine. If Amaranth is married, then it means she's in a relationship where the guy or girl is saying, "Hey, this is something that brings us revenue and does a certain thing."
I hope the rumors
But
about Clay are true. Otherwise...
You can't. There's no love in the world. Even if she did have a modicum of love for someone who did that, there's no love in the world worth spending $10,000 on as a basis to establish a relationship. If you're in a relationship and you care about someone's well-being and you're spending $10,000 to ensure their health and happiness, and they're doing the same for you, then yeah, sure, high five, good luck. But as to say a way of saying, hopefully this means we can meet at TwitchCon, then that's a mentality that you can't be in.
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gang.
Now she is a titty streamer.
Everyone's
We can't say titty streamer. You're not listening to the words that I'm saying, dog. You're hearing. I need you to listen to me. All our enemies. Titty streamer is derogatory. All right, it has a connotation to it. No matter what kind of person someone is, I can't use derogatory language because it doesn't fix anything. What other word would I like? Streamer. Lady streamer. A lady streamer. The sexuality doesn't matter. Not breast streamer, not sex streamer, not titty streamer. They're a streamer. The rest doesn't matter. I wouldn't say it's like saying coon streamer. You know, it's like saying to a greater extreme nigger streamer. You know, like it's like the whole could happen. Hey, what's up, Lord Ass Buttman? Thanks for the host. Wowie Wave. Don't call Mike by his real name. Try not to. Yeah, that's why I can understand, even not to call you out, but, you know, also Kaiser J's approach, where I think you even said that you're at a point now where you're so irritated that there are certain conversations that you don't want to have with someone because you feel like they will not learn, and you'd rather just bury them and tell them why they're wrong. I'm not quite there yet. I still want to try to change people and change approaches and have conversations. But then again, maybe you've had more conversations than I have, and it's exhausting. Because it is exhausting sometimes. You know? It's like in Boondocks. No, it was Atlanta. Atlanta episode 1, season 1. When he was talking about Ern as his manager. He's like, nah, man, I need someone a little bit more Malcolm. You two Martin. In reference to Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., who are both responsible for black, you know, POC movements, but had different approaches to it. Kaiser J is a bit more Malcolm, I think, and I'm a bit more Martin. Who we both hang out in the same social circles. So that's where we are, I think. You know? Hey! Part bear, part not. Part cool haircut.
Really cursed?
Part feeling good.
Explains so much.
What's up, PBR? I'm tired and a little bummed. I wanted to play Monkey Island, but it didn't work like I wanted to. What's not working with Monkey Island? Like it's not loading, or the graphical textures are wrong, or the resolution's broken?
All these whispers of monsters got
What's up?
folk gossiping and scared. It's people they should fear. Flesh and blood.
Yeah, Ryuk, I think what usually happens in Discord, and this is the mix-up, and I think many of you fall for this, is something that I had to work on after years of being in a message board just like the Discord conversations go, is that you cannot divvy your attention up between multiple conversations or you will lose whatever it is you were trying to explain. And oftentimes when we get into a fairly heated discussion, what happens is 3 people start talking to one person at once, and then 3 people start talking to the other 3 people, and next thing you know, it's just one big mess of different conversations. Generally speaking, in Discord, if I get into an altercation or a discussion with someone, I focus on that one person. And even if someone else brings up a very good point, I can't come to it until I'm done with the first person. Because if you start addressing multiple issues at once, you'll get more heated and you can't focus on the original point. Next thing you know, you're distracted and you forget what the original point was in the first place. I focus on one person, one discussion at a time, until I can reach a pausing point and then address someone else. Otherwise, the messages get mixed and everything just sucks. And that's when people start getting heated. And then it feels like people are getting ganged up on, or there are tag teams and certain mindsets that agree. I try to be equal with everyone in terms of you won't find me pairing up with one person and not another. You know, it's it's a mess. Part bear, part not. You have really cool hair, by the way. And Lord Ass Buttman, what's the matter with your game, dog? You didn't tell me.
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Ah, you're a doctor.
I found the location of the explosion, Mr. Delaney. I placed a flower for you where it happened, just as you asked.
Really? That's so kind. I never thought someone would... Well, thank you, Doctor.
It's nothing, really. And I'm sorry for your loss.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day.
Jesus.
Stupid bastard. Why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
Dyson is responsible for a bombing attack which killed people by mistake. So he's the one who put the bomb in there that killed everyone. That's why he feels guilty about the bombing attack. Dang. Yeah, Ryuk. For sure, that happens a great deal too. It's definitely a butt pick, but not one that everyone should see, or maybe the one everyone should see. You should send it to Adrian as well, Part Bear. Lord Ass Man, you are like one message away from being modded in this channel. Sorry, I'm done. Arguments? Yeah. I think maybe the Discord is so pushed to a point where discussions turn into arguments that discussions almost feel like they might or have to turn into an argument. You know? It depends on the channel too, though, right? I think there are some channels that just don't turn into arguments ever. And there's some channels that you're like, if I post this, I know someone's going to say some shit about it. You know? Wash meat? No, not wash meat. You know, Riggs, it's funny. It's all coming back to me now. Because I remember when we had this conversation, I was asking you about how long it had been since you visited. And if you want to visit more often, and if you want to go there more often, and when the last time you were there, and who do you miss, and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
What is that? Bootypics.jpg question mark width 182 by 300. So it's a small photo. It's called bootypics.jpg. So it's a singular picture being described as a plural picture. So bootypics.jpg, post it out in the open. I've been tricked enough in my lifetime from different messaging boards about booty pictures that can already tell you that's not a real butt photo. PBR, you must think I'm new to this world. I'm not clicking that. I'm tenured. How dare you? Insulting.
Is it true Sean Hampton saved your life?
Yeah. The sad saint grabbed my soggy ass and brought me back to the pier after I fell into the canal. I was a wreck back then.
Jesus Christ, Pixel 8. Not gonna lie, I love you all even when we disagree and stuff. Yeah, Potato. I like that we all have different approaches on different topics. And I'm glad when we do take time to listen to each other. I just wish we spent less time talking over each other. And saying things like, did you read what I said? And all that stuff, you know. Wish we were more open to things. But I like this community, and I like everyone in it. Whether you're someone who's here every day on the Discord every day, someone who's never on the Discord, someone who's in the stream once a month, I do enjoy this community. And that's why I said streamer culture is all about the kind of community that you force or you impose upon your chat. People who have toxic communities, it's toxic because they didn't bother to tailor their chat or community a certain way. And then it's too late and then they're sad. All for the sake of growth, sometimes I feel. Where I try to tailor this community a certain way where I feel like you guys are all adults and you can solve most things. And if I have to intervene, I do. But certain things are allowed and certain things are not. But all of you guys, I think, are okay with where we're at. It's original artwork, Adrian. How dare you not support small-time artists? Hey, PBR, why don't you post it in the art section of our Discord, you ass butt?
Were you thankful for what he did for you?
Sean Hampton really acted like a saint that day. But I suppose I'm just another lost soul who doesn't deserve to be saved.
Damn. Dark.
I want you to remember the bomb, Dyson. Tell me about it.
No. I don't want to remember it.
I have coffee in my lungs.
The victims. They were not the target then.
I spent so much time figuring out the perfect moment. I used a short fuse. No car had ever parked there. They all died.
No, Dyson, they didn't all die. I met a boy who survived the explosion.
I never heard of an injured boy.
Not a scratch on him. I suspect he wasn't in the car when it exploded.
In the car? You mean...
Yes, Dyson. You killed his parents.
Why tell me this?
I don't know. Perhaps one day you'll talk to him and tell him the truth.
Who is that boy? How can I find him?
That's easy. Most of the time, he's in the same place. The place you never want to go back to.
You know, it's funny you guys mention how often the characters in this game sway from side to side. That right here, this is Dyson Delaney, who is drunk, moves the exact same as everyone else who is not drunk. How is he still fucking drunk? Ryuk, remember what he said 2 streams ago? His job, what does he do for a living? I drink in the morning, I have a drink in the afternoon, and I have a drink in the evening. And then sometimes I drink, I have another drink to not remember. And then you're like, yeah, but what do you do at night? And you hear me? I have a drink in the morning, a drink in the evening, and a drink in the afternoon. That's what he does. He drinks. The guy looks like me after a Saturday night. I love how it's always Saturday night. Like, you actually have a dedicated day to being Dyson Delaney. And that's it. No other day. Exposure and snacks is my favorite way to get paid. Well, PBR, listen, maybe I'll commission you one day to do an art piece for me, and I'll pay you in Cheez-Its.
Why use a bomb? What were you trying to destroy?
The Dawson and Dawson
Hey, Neko.
ammunition factory. A symbol of violence against the people. My group wanted to destroy it to send a message.
Remember in Archer? There was a guy named Delaney in that, too. I forget his first name, though. Sometimes Tuesday? Yeah, because Tuesday's like 30-cent Wayne night and dollar pictures, right?
I sense your guilt, Dyson. Why is that? Did you not think violence was an acceptable political tool?
I still believe our fight was just. By killing an innocent couple who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. No way.
That bomb also killed you that day, don't you see? You just die a slower death, drink by drink.
I know. Maybe I deserve judgment. Until that day, I'll just be Dyson the drunk, not Dyson the murderer.
Damn. This dude's got hella hints. Always managed to hide his crime, has never been judged. It's funny, if you had consumed this guy earlier, you would have never found out these other 2 things about him. It's only 1000 XP. He's only level 1 mesmerized. I'm not going to eat him, consume him, or whatever. You don't like goldfish? Oh my god, Ryu, goldfish are so good. I will hang my hat on goldfish. And goldfish and cheeses are not the same thing. Goldfish are like heavily baked, like Riggs. And they're much more filling than cheeses are. Cheeses are like more air. Like more air passes through a cheeses than a goldfish. And cheeses are like giant crystallized salt on the cheeses, right? Goldfish are just, oh, they're so good. Man, they're so good. The snack that smiles back, yup. Is the main character a vampire? Yes, Pixelate. Yes. Our good friend Jonathan right here is indeed a vampire. Involuntarily. And he's looking for his maker. Because he was made a vampire and then abandoned, and he doesn't know who made him a vampire. So he's going to different locations in 1918 London during the Spanish flu, trying to find out who made him. And he's also a medical professional, right? So Dr. Jonathan Reed was and still is a doctor before he was turned, and now he still is. Specializes in blood transfusions, funny enough, being a vampire. And so he's looking for ways to cure the Spanish epidemic and whatever strain of viri is out there, making vampires act differently and behave differently, all while finding his maker. So that's kind of what's happening right now. Goldfish are one of those things that I just don't ever think of eating. But then once I eat one, I eat like a whole fucking Costco-sized box in one sitting. PBR, if you come to TwitchCon, I will bring you an entire box of goldfish. Because I did click your link, and because I was like, what if? And it's about what I expected. And I would love to pay you for your artwork in goldfish.
Do you have any recent news of Sean Hampton's shelter?
Can he be in the sun?
Sleep over
Nope.
there from time to time. A sad saint still manages the place, even if he's a little bit more reclusive since he returned.
The entire game takes place at night, Pixel 8. The Doctor sleeps during the day and then operates at nighttime for all of his activities. There's no in-game timer or in-game clock or cycle, so you can move independently of it being nighttime without worrying about daytime arriving, which would have been an interesting feature, but I think it makes it easier based on the kind of game that it is. Pringles, let's have, I'm curious in chat right now. If you had to choose between one or the other, what would you rather have? Pringles or goldfish? Don't be extra. I don't want an explanation. I just want an answer. Pringles or goldfish?
Are you worried about the sanitary situation in London?
More contagion, more despair, more guns and more dead. More alcohol.
Goodbye, Mr. Delay. Good evening.
What?
Is that a serious question? Yeah. Day-night cycle is defined by the story. Yes. I mean, my vote's goldfish. I think Pringles are great. I don't hate Pringles, but if I had to make a choice, dog, goldfish. You can't really compare them. There is no comparison. It's just an answer. Pringles or goldfish. They're both snacks. There's no breaking it down to semantics of like, well, this kind of snack is like this. They're both snacks that fit in your hand that you can grab a handful of in a bag. They are bag snacks. It's either Pringles or goldfish. And dog, I'm telling you, I'm choosing goldfish every single time. Every single time. Okay, sorry. You know, fuck you. Don't apologize. Go away.
Goodbye.
What a butt.
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
I have no idea what you just said. Normash or Kaiser, can you translate, please?
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
I managed to reach the mass grave in Southwark. It was not pleasant.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your reward after all. The Wet Boot Boys thank you for your help.
I don't speak commoner? Okay.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money,
I have a kitty cat next to me,
I'll
by
show
the
you
way.
all I have.
I have a very small kitty cat next to me. I don't know what he's just kind of sitting here. Now he's walking out to go do cat stuff. You like her? Edwina Cox? Why? Because of her voice?
Pleasure, sir.
Bogey? Yeah. He's right there. He's just doing cat stuff. You know, things that cats do. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you do cat stuff and sometimes you don't do cat stuff. And right now he's doing cat stuff.
Been a while since we've seen any new...
Bogey is not small. Normass, you trying to get punched in the mouth? He's a very tiny kitty cat. That's all he knows how to do is be tiny.
faces round here.
Cat stuff, ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. Alright. Fantastic. Wonderful. Big cats are great. Potato, you're great. What the fudge? Oh, you have to use my night vision goggles. Otherwise, I might get attacked by who knows what. Protect my neck and my coffers. You never know who's out here. Potato, if your work allowed you to bring pets to work, would you have a pet to bring with you? My cat and I aren't on speaking terms right now. Wow, that sounds serious, PBR. What happened? Or rather, what did you do wrong? I was going to say I'm sorry if that sounds accusatory, but I'm not sorry. I'm sure whatever took place is probably your fault, not your cat's. So what did you do to ruin this relationship? Just my cat and I don't want him here. There's this clip of Theron, because she streams every now and then too. And you hear her fussing with her cat. She doesn't know cam stream. But you hear her saying like, "No, kitty cat, don't do that." And you hear, "Eh, don't get off of there." Like moving about on her keyboard or on her desk. "Eh, no, kitty cat." Eh. Pistachio ice cream? Not bad. I won't go out of my way for it, but, you know, if it's in front of me, sure. I'll have some. This one is on him? Yeah, sure. A likely story. He's an outside boy, so of course he kills a lot of stuff and that whatever. That already sounds accusatory. He's an outside boy, so he kills stuff. You don't know that. He might just be outside enjoying the fresh air. You have evidence to back your claim? This is where she tells me, funny enough you say that, he actually brought in a dead animal. Ah, look at that. But on Sunday he left me the most gruesome crime scene. Yeah, maybe your cat likes watching CSI and wanted to roleplay. Doesn't make your cat a bad cat, just means that you know they care. Okay, so after 2 hours of having real talk and doing 2 side quests, I'm surprised we got things done. Damn, 2 side quests. We can finally return to the main story. Because according to the game, I've done all the side quests there are. I think. Save for 2, 3, which I'm not going to do. And I'm okay with that. Unless I meet more people. Which I might have to because I haven't met everyone in the West End yet. Haven't met anyone in the docks, obviously. Yeah, there are people here. I guess I'm going to meet in this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small break. You guys are watching OKPV. Reminder, serving one's own interest Reem. Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's real. My dude's looking pained. Hey!
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Wow. I like what you guys have done with the place. Looks very inviting. Adrian, I washed my fluffy blanket, and now it's softer, even softer and smells good. That's cool. That's great, Reed. I'm happy that it's even softer and smells good. What?
There has been quite a battle here.
What did it smell like before?
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
To whom are you speaking? Because I don't think this dude is listening to a word you're saying. Or is and does not care. Also, you're standing in front of the thing that I want to loot. God. Oh God, there are bodies upstairs. Lord, help me. Do you think they got a blood spatter analyst to tell them how to paint the walls with blood and the floors to be accurate? Do you think the game is that detailed? Norm asks, can I ask you a question just between you and I? If you were there, would you shove Maple out of the way to lay down on Reem's new clean blankie? Why or in? Just between you and I, dude. She doesn't have to know. I'm sitting under a fluffy blanket right now. Where are all of you getting these fluffy blankets? I don't have one. They don't seem particularly accurate. I mean, do we know that, Potato? Maybe this is how blood scenes work. Actually, you know what? For someone who does art... Actually, you know what? That's a curious question. Potato. Considering the amount of blood that you work with in your comics recently, especially in the past 5 years, have you had to examine how blood splatter works? Blood spatter, rather?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Check out in the room on the side. It has note. All out of enemies. We... Dog. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, buddy. This is... Man. I just... Come on. Come on, man. Jesus. Butt fluff? That's more info than I care to know. Lord ass butt man, thank you. I feel wiser. I think they use many nodes to make this blood, with references on the side. Your many references.
It's locked, all right.
Where's Vale when you need him? It's locked. Gotcha. Something to think about. Fascinating, you're into it? Got it. You're right, I did ask. Oh, it's probably the back entrance. I probably left you leaving. It's an odd place for a back door considering how far back this mansion goes. It's locked, all right. 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 It is outside. This is not where I wanted to be. Rachel, the only daily validation you need is your own. You shouldn't need to ask myself or Reem. You should look into the mirror and say, today I'm good enough. And then move on. Hey, Fargon. Welcome back, dog. Was I missed? Fargon, you look cute today. Reem. Right now, I'm grabbing you by your eyebrows and leading you around. While you say, ow, 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 let go, and I say no. Substance Designer lets you make your own bloodstains above the pattern of a wooden floor. It can be set random or tiled. Random patterns consist each time, so nothing to do though. Thank you, Neko. Why'd you put a pound sign next to my face? Use acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Equip it and press triangle to directly absorb blood. Blood absorb? Oh? Good dagger. Blood absorption. A strong but small knife mainly used to pierce and rip open the opponent. That's, I don't know if I like it better than my shotgun, though. I mean, it's cool. Just don't really need it. You know? Don't really need it. Need it. When you press enter. Sometimes it happens to me too, dog. Don't worry. That never happens to me, guys. Don't worry.
I cannot enter.
Alright, I'll just take the long way around. MBD. That's a good idea, PBR. And then you can draw us a fake sketch of how your brand new eyebrows look and deceive all of us. You sound bitter, Adrian. You sound better. Key to the Ascalon Club's basement? Should I have that? This is how you get into trouble. How is your pound next to your enter? Reem's like really involved in your pound sign. Fargon, you did this to yourself, dog. Hope you know that. This is a nice home, though. Or homestead, or base of operations, or whatever it is.
Good evening.
Hello, fellow vampires.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansha was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Fergal Bansha.
Come forward, young Echo.
Oh, Fergal.
For we have so much to discuss.
Right, the guy I killed because he attacked me. Right.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
I don't want him to know how close of friends we are, but I don't want to lie either.
She has proved to be helpful on many occasions.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
You're no kidding, Slambaz, right? Oh my god, Neko Mau Mau. That is... I don't know what to do with all that information, Neko. I don't make games. I don't know what you want me to do with all of that. Thank you. I've used RPG Maker, but there's no blood in RPG Maker, so I don't know. Thank you.
Why do you suddenly need me?
The Ascalon Club only recruits the best, and you definitely fit the bill.
That's true.
Your scientific and medical reputation alone would qualify you as a candidate.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
I don't know what sperm brows are, but they sound disgusting. Sperm brows, or mash, is when you get down on your knees. And, oh, never mind. I was wrong. Reem explained it correctly. Pardon me. Ignore me.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Why is the camera angle stuck like this? It's so awkward. I'm speaking to someone off screen.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members. And I do appreciate obedience.
Oh boy. Is there a problem, PBR? Is Jonathan's luggage the vampire too? Why does she not look fucked up? Lady Ashbury is a vampire. I don't know why she doesn't look as fucked up, honestly.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours. Sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
So that would be one and the same, wouldn't I?
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
I thought that sounded familiar, actually. Sure. Maybe one day you can, Neko. Okay, now see in my head, I was just picturing very defined spurn for brows. It isn't as bad as what I was thinking. I'm glad we're all learning things today.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Jesus.
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
I'm talking to blood?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance.
What?
I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
It is pedantic. I'm glad you said it, not me.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Oh my god, they said it. They said it. They said the thing.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign echoes. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
Yikes. Whole lot of yikes. Hope I found me some yikes. 'Cause I found me some yikes. Did I find me some yikes? I think I found me some yikes.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Hello, Aloysius Dawson. Do 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 do.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Same.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Yeah, Fargon, you're not wrong. They gave up making the rest of the hair. Maybe they were coming close to making the shipment gold, you know? Like, guys, we have 5 hours left. Anything not done yet? Looks nervously over at Neko. Neko, yes. Did you finish Aloysius's hair? Neko looks around nervously. Yes, I finished his hair. All right, well, we're shipping the game. And she just scribbles in the top piece and says done. Yeah, if you guys have never seen PBR before, she looks kind of the same hair-wise as Aloysius.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
My man. You try making hair with 2 different programs? No. You try it.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
You guys can do whatever you want in chat. I don't oversee chat. That's for the moderators. So if you guys want to share old pictures of yourselves, you do you. I'm just here to stream.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
Wish I was on my knees.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewin?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think.
Thanks, Drex. It was quality mod work you're doing right there. All mine are either, oh wow, puberty is rough, or from back when I looked like a repressed little Christian girl. That's not you now? Pug says blown up. I found pictures of me when I was in the 7th grade. And pictures of me when I was in the 6th grade. I was cleaning out my linen closet and I found an old folder. And I started going through it and I found old pictures of me and I thought, man, I am never sharing this with anyone on the internet ever. We're talking 13, 12-year-old Adrian. And my style was impeccable, but man, eyes.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, Kaiser. Thank you, Riggs. Standout mods.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
You look the same, but you look weird with short hair. It's funny. Cute, Adrian, share. Reem, there is nothing that anyone can do, say, or attribute that will have me share my youth with any of you. Ever, now, and forever.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan?
Yeah, what is your plan?
Quarantine and barricades are futile.
Oh my god.
What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Is he serious right now? Did you guys... Am I the only one listening to this? Quarantine does not work. This dude wants to build a wall. This cannot be an accident, right? My butt smelled good for one evening, Rex. Slambaz, I would sooner show you nudes of me than I would pictures of me when I was 12. That's probably real talk, no kappa, too, Slambaz. If you were like, Adrian, give me a choice, either your nudity or your 12-year-old picture, I'd be like, well, here's my dick. Yeah, it's a callback. Drex is right. It's a callback, Ryuk.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Summary execution. This dude is ballin'.
I'm sure you have more important things to do.
Hi, kitty
talking
cat.
with an old man like myself.
Hi, kitty cat. Hello, kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. Anyone else I can speak with? Like Lord Sheffield or Lord Holmesley. Lord Butt.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
You killed him.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You guys are something else right now. Look at you guys sharing. This is what community building is all about. Oh my god, Reem. Reem with her thumb on Louise' haircut. Aw. Man, Riggs, you do look the exact same. You do. Are you still a Phillies fan? Or was the hat just for the look? I mean, it's flat brim, sticker still on it, so I want to say it's for the look. Or you were out there cheering for Jimmy Rollins. By the way, nice Stetson.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Who was the other guy on the Phillies back in the day? Scott Rowland. That was his name. Jimmy Rollins and Scott Rowland. I remember because one day I was watching Sports Center and Scott Rowland banged out 2 home runs, and I said, "Keep rolling, rolling, rolling." And everyone was like, "Oh, nice one, Adrian." I was like, "Thanks, guys." Jimmy Rollins and Scott Rowland. Half and half. That's fair.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
What's this, Rix? Halloween? Oh my god, Riggs. No way. I can't tell if you are Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury, or Shinsuke Nakamura. With a cigarette in your hands and denim pants and I'll fight you gloves. You're like an MMA Michael Jackson. Like you sing your own theme music on the way to the octagon. You know I'm bad, you know it, do. I'm gonna be the new flyweight champ. I'm gonna tap you out by the third round and get my bonus pot. Who's bad? I love it, dude. And you're next to Ness. Or Lucas, I guess, right? Ness, because he has a little bat. My dude couldn't go all out with a better bat. He's got a little plastic $2 bat. I respect the shirt, though.
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
My mesmerize level went up. Yeah. There was something that I meant. Okay, I know what it was now. I had to wait for my mesmerize level to go up to go do something. Now I remember what it was. It was this quest line right here. Cool. Hence the mid-length happening back there. Got it. Got it. Good on you guys. All of you. God bless you, everyone. So now I have a key to the Ascalon Club's basement. Question is, do I go sticking my nose where it doesn't belong? Lord Redgrave has a mesmerized level of 20, which means I cannot do anything to him.
Lord Redgrave is outside almost every night coordinating our defenses. Such an example.
I'm guessing the only way to get into the basement is the outside. Unless this is the way to the basement. Do I really want to go down the basement? My first instinct is to save right now, but I feel like do what you gotta do. There's no blood down here, which is surprising. No threats, which is equally surprising. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. A singular note. A collectible, and that's it. Really? The key to the basement gets me a singular collectible note, and that's it? I guess it was in plain sight, though, so it wasn't like I really had to go out my way to find the key to the basement and actively go to the basement, so I guess I shouldn't expect a reward for something that's so simple, right? Eh. Rigs. I've heard that being a thing with many people lately. With BTTV being a problem. It's been a problem with me so much lately that I just don't even use it as much, which sucks because I love BTTV, but I hate having to fix and refix things over and over again. It's just one more thing to add to my list of things to do when I stream or before I stream or while stream or after stream, you know? Then again, it could just be us though too, you know? Well, Amelia is open court right now. What Nora Match said. YDY, you do you. That's all it is. I think people are posting things that they are comfortable with posting. If there's something that you don't want to do, you don't have to. Share what you want. Or share nothing at all. That's all. I've never used Frankerface. A lot of my friends in the speedrunning community do love it. Primarily them is where I hear like a large amount of noise.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Only the first steps. Go south towards the west. There we go. The founders and devs are speedrunners? Ah. A Frankerface? I didn't know that. So yeah, that does make sense. You're right. That's her intent, Kaiser, to deceive. And otherwise deceive. Okay, so I have to get up there for this quest, but I can't do it unless I get to this house, which I can't do unless I have Mesmerized Level 4, which I have now. So...
Jonathan, you're still up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan.
Sucker.
Always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
Don't mind me, I'm just going to take everything that you possess. Now that you've let me into your home. Everything that you have is now mine. Your shillings, your ink pen, your codeine,
I remember when Mary came here.
your opium, it is all mine.
They were such a beautiful family. At least you survived the Great War.
I like how she's continuously speaking to me when I have no vested interest in speaking to her at the moment, because I'm too busy taking her necklace, her sodium hypochlorite solution.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She's so kind too. Anyone else in the house besides you? Nope. Feels good. Broken dreams. Must that metronome I hear? Something, something, drinking beer. Those aren't the lyrics, but at least they rhyme. Out of time. Bwah, so fade away. Bwah. What is yours? Bwah, now is mine. Bwah. Your web keeps cutting out? I'm sorry, man.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Yeah, I like what everyone's doing right now, because growing up in the original internet age, one of the hardest things to do was to reveal yourself to someone else and say, this is who I am, either now, previously, or currently, or whatever. Because we're all just names and words, and we kind of draw our own picture of who we are. And so to share photos of who we used to be or who we currently are, you know? Have everyone receive it so well, it's nice. I mean, I remember when you know how they made the show Catfish? I mean, I lived in the era when Catfish was not a TV show, but it was real life. People stealing identities and pretending to be someone else and going to meet them and then finding out they are someone else before it was made a TV show. So, you know, good on you guys.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences for your sister.
Happened to me too, Riggs. Happened to me too. Learn from it though. Did make me a negative person, but it made me an aware person, you know? Especially the entire way, the way things went down, it was actually traumatizing.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear.
No, it's not.
Yeah. What Noah Matt said, this is pre-social media. It's kind of hard to imagine that, right? It's like imagining a tube TV instead of a plasma LED LCD or 4K TV, right? So, I mean, I grew up in an internet age where there was no Instagram, there was no Snapchat. Mobile phones didn't have that kind of stuff. It was pagers still, right? And new phones just had the ability to look at a calendar, which was fantastic, or text. So there was no validity. There was no way of proving who you really were. So there was no Twitter, no real Facebook. There was MySpace, no Instagram, no Snapchat. There was just scanning photos. You bought a scanner, like you bought a Hewlett-Packard scanner, and you had a Kodak camera that you bought from like a Rite Aid that you would have developed at a studio, or actually inside the Rite Aid. So you snap, you click to rotate the film and take another picture, and then you took people at their word. Hey, this is who I am. This is my name. Well, my name is this, and this is who I am. What do you look like? Oh, let me see if I can get a photo. You take a Polaroid, and you take an instant picture, you let it develop, you scan it on your scanner, or you go to like a service station that uploads it for you onto a floppy disk or a disk drive and things like that, and you say, this is me, and they say, wow, that's cool. And then they would say, this is me. And then they remarkably would look like Timothy Dalton, or Halle Berry. People were afraid to be themselves. They were afraid of relationships that were ruined. And it was a ventured experience, because sometimes people did have the reason to be afraid, because people would judge people on their looks, often not, instead of the personality, right? I like talking to you, but you look like this, now I don't want to talk to you anymore. There's that fear, right? Because you already go through that in real life, in college or high school or your workplace, right? It was tough times. It was really, really tough. Finding out who was whom and who wasn't who. ICQ, yeah. 214-38543. No, 217-38543. Uh-oh. I loved ICQ. ICQ is my preferred platform. Uh-oh. Yeah. AOL chat rooms, yep. Yeah, far gone. My mom wanted me to be careful, but she understood what I was doing too. If you're going to meet someone from the internet, make sure it's in a public place. Make sure you take precautions, because you never know who someone's going to be. I don't want to be some 50-year-old man who tries to kidnap you and then, do things to you. And I'm like, I understand. Sure. ASL, yep, age, sex, location, for sure. Amelia, that's fine too. You do what makes you comfortable. Comfort is important. 14224552. Yo, shout outs for knowing your ICQ number as well. My man. Each time I've done a Craigslist thing, I made sure it was totally public place. For sure. For sure. Lots of cameras, lots of eyes, daylight. Absolutely. I remember my first real best friends that I ever met, people that I met after driving to a party in Ohio. Like there's some guys that I knew on the internet for 4 years, and on paper it's a dumb idea. You want to hang out? Yeah, I'm having a birthday party. Where? In Fairborn, Ohio. And Fairborn is a suburb of Dayton, Beaver Creek, that area. And as he said, a bunch of us are going to be there. A bunch of our internet friends are going to be there. It sounds like a bad movie, right? But they were internet friends that I knew too. You can come if you want to. It'll be this address. And I drove 2.5 hours from home down to there to this party, and there they were. There they were. Same people and the same photos, all the internet friends in one place. It was safe. It was a good time. It could not have gone any better. It was fortunate, and they are friends that I speak to this day. Really nice guys, good head on their shoulders, good people, best friends. Then again, I've had times where I've met someone where it was like, I really want to meet you, yeah, we're good friends, and you go to a location, and they're not there, but they can tell you what you were wearing, where you were standing, how their parents wouldn't let them hang out with you because they're racist and it feels like Romeo and Juliet, how the Capulets won't let you be with you because you're black and I'm so sorry. You looked so handsome. I feel ashamed. This feels terrible. Why can't we be lovers? Why won't the world let us be who we are? And then you find out they're not actually who they say they were. They're not real. They use fake photos. You've been catfished. It works both ways. And I've been a part of both. I've been a part of the good side that works out really well and the side that doesn't work out really well. But you learn. Growing up in that era taught me a lot, a great deal about people. Not in a negative sense, but just it's wisdom. It educates you about people in real life, on the net, and perceptions, you know? Yeah. I found IRC late. Wish I had found it earlier.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
(514-14416). You guys have really good ICQ numbers. Kind of jealous.
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt. I was so relieved to have him back. But I quickly realized he'd lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation.
The question is simple, Jonathan.
Is he mad? I don't think he is. You know what's funny, Normash? Is when I first went on the internet, when WWE.com was still WWF, like WWFonline.com, one of the first places they added to WWFonline.com was a wrestling chat room. It's about what you'd expect. I used to hang out there every day. I'd get home from school and I'd hang out in the WWFonline.com chat room. We'd do like wrestling trivia and stuff, and that's where I got first involved in wrestling e-feds, that kind of stuff. For sure, you can get a good vibe with someone through text. Yeah.
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was, instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
Guess not. Yeah. I feel you, Neko. I understand. Yeah, Fight-chan. WF.com, for sure. I think, honestly, I have a lot of patience these days, just from the fact that I was from an age when you went from... I never went from 14.4 to 28.8, but I went from 28.8 to 56K, and you felt like a god on 56K modem. When you were loading places, loading internet websites, when you were loading like Albino Black Sheep, E-Bombs World, Newgrounds in the earliest days possible, like the 2000s, Max's best page in the universe, like, you felt like waiting a minute for a webpage to load was Godspeed and God tier. Look how fast I can watch these videos. Look how fast I can click these pictures. Look at these slideshows. Ugh. I am God of the internet. Back when web pages had an option. Remember, like, back in the day when you went to a website and it said, if you are 28.8, enter here. If you are 56K, click here. Like, you actually had a choice. It felt like you were regal. Like, oh, I have 56K. I'll click this version. And instead of like a solid color background, it was like an animated GIF background or a tiled pattern background. It had a guest book that was animated, and it felt like, huh, Look at me. I'm so pompous. Check out this website I can do. Aw. Yes, indeed.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit.
Yeah, you're right,
A big
Normash.
house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
A big house reachable through the courtyard. Alright.
I remember when Mary came here.
She's
with her
gossipy. I
husband
like her.
and son. They were such a beautiful family.
Eating goldfish. My man. Yo, same mod. I first learned HTML when I was learning how to build websites. Because like back in the day on AngelFire and GeoCities, there were preordained layouts, but it was like if you want to get hardcore, you can make your own web page. And you felt like a god for saying, dude, what? How did you get your title to appear? What do you mean? So like above your web page in the title bar, yeah, it says welcome to Adrian's best page in the world. Yeah, how'd you do that? It's a thing called brackets title, and you gotta close the brackets. Or you know what the coolest thing I ever learned back in the day was static background. So back in the day, there was this thing that was godlike, right? You would have a background that was all stars or some stuff, right? And you would choose static background. So when you start scrolling the web page, instead of the graphic and the text scrolling at once, it would keep the background static and the text would scroll only on the website. So your background image wouldn't scroll over and over again. It would stay in place. And that was like the most god tier thing you could do on the internet, was have a static image that did not scroll as you roll down the web page. That was god tier web design. Which websites didn't have as an option for a pre-layout. It's something you had to do manually in HTML. And if you knew how to do it, it was like, man, you're sick with it. And you're like, I know. Yeah. I was the same way, Normash. I used Notepad for everything. And then Dreamweaver came out, and, you know, I used Dreamweaver and learned a bit about it. But I was like, man, this is too hard. I just want to use classic Notepad and upload my own stuff. And figure out what works and what doesn't work. Yeah, I couldn't use Dreamweaver. Although I used to use Macromedia Flash. Back when Flash was its own independent program. It wasn't Adobe Flash, it was Macromedia back in the day, right? It's like it was Macromedia Dreamweaver. Macromedia Flash was they had two programs. There was Flash, which you used on websites, and there was actually Flash, the program you would use to design Flash. Where the intro was learning how to take a blue ball, move from one side of the screen to another. You know? Remember Netscape had a built-in editor? I do. NeoCities websites? I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to the days. I can't go back. I've already moved on. Where's this letter? There it is. Venus's journal. A lot. What do we learn about you, Clarence? Clarence believes the vampires have invaded London. He's right. Clarence is spending his family's fortune to finance his campaign against vampires in the West End. Clarence, you might have to go. I always thought those were unique, Ryuk, because the way you dragged pictures across a template and the way it affected HTML because the way it used alignment was so wonky and inconsistent too. It would horizontal and V-align things awkwardly that were inconsistent with most places, but it would tell you it's there, but not the same across all browsers. Yeah, that sucks, Geyser. I'm sorry. Ah, good. This is where I wanted to be. Yoink. Could go in here. In here I thought I had to go over there. Guess not.
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign.
This is Emily's
No
room.
sign of a struggle. It seems Charlotte's friend knew the killer and let him in.
Guess I'll take these things you probably don't need since you're recently deceased. Presumably.
Blood. I should follow the trail.
Indubitably. Can I just fall down? Has that blood always been there? It just suddenly appeared because I found this trail. I used to have a guest book, Ryuk. That was the coolest thing in the world. Nothing is better than having a website and having a dream book and having like your friends sign it, hey, this is so cool, and then seeing one random comment from Bob69 that says, this website sucks, you suck. And you're like, okay. Thanks, Bob. 6969. Guess I suck. Thanks, dog. Thanks, Bob. You could respond and essentially start a conversation with someone who comes back to re-sign it again and over again, and you never know who you're speaking with. But it was essentially like having snail mail. You never know who you were speaking to. You just know that they were talking to you. Oh, look. I'm guessing that's Emily. I used to leave anonymous comments on my crush's page. Tee. That's true, Fargon. Randomly insulting comments have aged pretty well, right? Or just repeated reuse to cut back on the loading compiling time to make the game run smoother and shorter load times? Yeah, that makes sense, Neko. LiveJournal? Yo. I loved LiveJournal. Something about mood and music was so edgy. You know, because you already knew what kind of post it was going to be as soon as you saw that. Like mood, uncertain, music, Lonely Road, Boulevard Broken Jeans rather, Green Day. And the post was like, another day, another test. I don't know how I expect them to feel about me. I've laid out and bared my feelings, but I guess I have to wait for them to respond to me and find out if they feel the same way that I do. But I'm not stressing it. It was an okay day. Got practice after school, tongue stick out face. We'll see how well that goes. And you could choose what kind of emotes you want to represent your mood. Because they were animated, like a little cube or something like that, or a little vampire. Whatever you wanted. Have a cool background and a cool theme. And also you could do custom themes in LiveJournal too, which was another good way to learn HTML or CSS. If you had a custom theme or something like that in LiveJournal, you were like godlike. They would ask you, oh my god, how'd you do that? I made it myself. Can you make mine for me? Actually, you know what? That's the start of exposure for artists too, right? Can you make my LiveJournal look pretty like yours? I mean, I guess I can for a fee. What do you mean for a fee? Like, pay me for it. You can't just do it for free. Like, I'll tell everybody that you did my design for me. No, it's hard work to do a live journal layout. You can't just do it for free. LOL, you think I'm gonna pay you? I'll just find someone else who helped me out. Oh, okay. Thanks. Thank you. Okay. And the cool thing is, as Live Journal came out, they had an alternative called Dead Journal, which was like the emo version of Live Journal. But essentially, it was an online diary that you could permit everyone to read or just some people to read. You know, it's like a blend of Tumblr and Twitter.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I appreciate the invitation, but I'm here to solve the mystery concerning the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
Welcome back, Lord Buttman. I want to hear him say it again.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service.
That's my favorite line in
And
the entire
who
game.
exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
That's fantastic.
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate, yet intense spectacle.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn,
Okay.
sir. And probably before.
This guy sucks.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
Jesus. This guy loves him some British suffering. I gotta get over to Tina from my duties. Take care, everyone. Oh yeah, it's 6:30 in the evening. Tina should be live now, if not soon. For sure. Take care, Buttman. Do great mod works. Command Eggplant. Can you say his name again? Sure.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
Peace out, babies. Take care, PBR. See y'all soon.
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last redingote.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
The body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
Your cruelty deserves punishment, sir.
And what else is new?
Whoa! came out like fresh to fight. Oh, that hurt, doesn't it? That hurts. You want to reload, dog, or what? Oh boy, that hurts. That also hurts. Whoa! No arrogance, Adrian. No arrogance. Oh my god. Right when I go for a reload, he's smart. Alright, let's do it. Try it. Gotcha. Welcome to my world. Oh boy, you cannot. Level 30 versus level 22. Like my odds. Love my odds, actually. Ooh, boy. Take a look at your boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Stop it. Stop it. Nice hit, dog. Nice hit. Punishment fits the crime. Fun. Good battle. I am Martin de Pom 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 Bossin Le Marquis de Chocolat. Yeah, okay. These glasses on me? Thanks, Reem. These glasses are actually from... this film. Her. They're Begley's. They're the exact same glasses. See? I got tired of having one pair of glasses, and these normally sell for like $180, $200, but they're no longer manufactured. Especially since the film is no longer being made, right? But I found on eBay, found a pair on eBay in incredible condition for $22. The person didn't like the way they fit their face, so I eBayed and I bought them, and just got the lens replaced with my own prescription lens, and you know, now they're my own. But I like them because they give me an alternative, depending on the outfit that I wear and the comfort that I want, and the kind of like, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, I like them. A little bit of trivia. Bois Cologne, the place this guy's supposed to be from, was founded in the 80s, like 1980s. Really? That's video games taught me. Huh. The commune of Bois-Colombes, literally Dove Woods, was created on March 13th, 1896 by detaching its territory from the commune of Colombes. Conflicting information here, buddy. We'll find out more later, I guess. Yeah, having more than one pair of glasses is, oh, you're talking about Reem. Never mind, I'll shut up. It's okay, Fargon, that's why we do these things. Nerdy glasses are cool. No, Normash, they're hashtag the cool. Very cool. You can't just say cool. I wear my nerdy glasses. Do you think I feel like a nerd? No. I feel very cool. I feel like the coolest person in the stream right now. What's someone going to tell me? Hey, Adrian, nice nerdy glasses? I'll say, thanks. And they'll be like, man, you took my insult and you owned it. And I'd be like, yeah, because it's not an insult. And then everyone looks around like, dang, Adrian takes ownership of that.
The equality between men and women.
Hell yeah. Oh, Charlotte, your friend died. I'll tell you that in 1 second. Not necessary, Fargon.
Good evening, Dr.
Fucking nerd.
I may have a look at your...
Uncalled for. Ah, you selling more of this? I'll take all of them, please. Thank you. I do say, are you selling the things that I need yet? Would seem he's not. You can have these ink pens, dog. And the alcohol. And this necklace. I have so much money.
Good evening.
Ooh, everyone makes mistakes.
I may have a look at your...
Yeah, ooh. Everyone makes mistakes, dog. Ooh. Or whatever, I guess. So much money. Just carelessly spending my money because I can. Alright, Charlotte, I have bad news about your friend. Good thing you're smoking. You're gonna need that smoke.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Stare at the back of my head while I tell you this news.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
Your friend was planning to become a vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure? To become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood?
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Charlotte Steak? Dog. Oh yeah, woman of color? For sure. Smart. Intelligent. Adopted daughter of our love interest, Lady Ashbury. How about that, right? A light basalt steak carved from the strongest ironwood. The letters CAR engraved on its base. Ooh, Charlotte, this is a nice steak. Lots of stun. I kind of feel bad that her daughter gave me her steak. I'm sure she gave that for her for protection to use against vampires who might assault her. Can I give it back? What if her mom finds out?
Goodbye.
My daughter gave you her steak? Her personal steak with her name engraved on it? Yeah, but I didn't really ask for it. I mean, she just kind of said, here you go. And you didn't think to turn her down? No, I just kind of took it and said, thanks. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Please don't be angry with me. Thanks. Kupo? I guess. You have seen this era not realistic? Sorry. Well, we advanced the main storyline a bit and did all the side questing, so this stream could have very much been a stream where nothing was accomplished, but I feel like we accomplished quite a bit, so I can't help but feel some sort of satisfaction. Melanin wasn't invented. Okay. Awesome. I can't upgrade my scythe yet until I sleep. I can. I can upgrade my scythe and make it a perfect scythe. Oh my god. Maxed out scythe. Solid metal gear. Nice achievement. Aluminium part. I need 5. I have 0. To get max stats. Cool. My first orange weapon. Milton shotgun. I can make that perfect as well. Perfect. Perfect. Ribbits. I can buy those. Keep that in mind. Look how cool I am right now. Good bludgeon. Can I make that a remarkable bludgeon? I need 2 good handle parts. That's fair. That's fair. I ain't mad at you. It's Tina time? Yeah. It's about right. I'm gonna upgrade my stuff and then we're gonna go harass Tina. We're gonna bring ourselves over to her. I remember I was waiting to upgrade because I wanted to upgrade something that cost like 6,000. What was it? This? That cost 4,500. I don't know if it was that or not. But 4,500 for that. Not Bloodberry, because we don't use that any longer. Blood Spear? That's 3,000. I think I want to do this one because the cost of doing more damage versus spreading it out was better. That's true. How much does this cost? 2250, so it can't be that. Is it my alt? Blood Cauldron? Jose Blood Cauldron? 2,000. What was I waiting on? Well, we'll do Blood Spear. Now it's level 3. Shadow Mist. 4,500. The cost of Blood Spear being more expensive, more damaging. Shadow Veil does enough damage already. My bite does well enough. Okay, that's good enough. More bullets? Because shotgun I use every now and then. Stamina is my best friend, so wonderful. And I can't upgrade that. I don't need more syringes. Health is fine, I think. Painful bite. And blood absorption. Level 24. That's nice. Confirm. Spend it all. Just spend it all. Splendid. Almost level 25. Everything's spent. Cool. For penis? Okay. Oh, right. Okay, so West End is still fine. Glorious. The docks is stable and almost healthy. I'm so happy, dog. Because I cured everyone's sickness. That's so perfect. Booth Digby has a cold. I know where he is. He's by the bar. Pembroke. I healed all of them. Or maybe I didn't, I guess. Okay. F me, right? They're almost back down to serious conditions. I gotta take care of them. I took care of them. This game, dog. Whatever. Fine. Lot to do. I might do that stuff offline because it's just taxing. It takes away from the streaming's capabilities of advancing the storyline. So I think I'll do